get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium.
Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30. They'll start with the option.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But you've got to do it in your own backfield. I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On third down, Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
Taken in at the 22. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance.
And the Bengals take over first and 10.
Here we go.
Now Burrow.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
A huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this is absolutely a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare as well, because they spend all week preaching about the need to wrap up and make sure tackles. But what a letdown here, and it winds up costing them big yardage.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. A quick throw by Burrow is complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. Touchdown! Tyler Boyd from 6 yards away.
And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. From the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see them the entire season and know, hey, right out the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have one bunched up at the end of the year, that's just not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down.
And good work there in open space. So he's got this all the way down now to the 42. Hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
From the 24, Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. Here we go. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Mixon.
And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game. So a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried his dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it. You do go through it. And in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 43. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Mixon with a first down carry.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to Mixon on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins, 30 yards. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So all right, we will save the week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the top speed he attained there, according to Next Gen Stats, 21.3 miles per hour. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Throwing is Jackson. He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, third and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't finish.
Misses the target, incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up the third down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Back to Mixon on second down. And only able to get two here, stopped at the 30.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
We are through three quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
There you go. There you go.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on third and long.
Two running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. You got the big lead defensively.
willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 77 yards. And the Ravens are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Tucker with the extra point. They'll put the lead at 21-7. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The offense on third down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 2 touchdowns, 2:11 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Jackson's throw taken in by Landry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Now it's Jackson. Connecting with Andrews. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Jackson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Jackson. This is caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Throwing, Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The nice thing is that you're still going on your timeouts and you're in the field. That should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. It's Mixon on the counter. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On third down, Mixon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Here we go.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but